How's it going? What's happening? Checking audio. Oh, it seems to be working. All right. Share my screen. And do that again. So I want to start with the FYI tracker, FYI layoff tracker, because with the way the layoffs are going right now, I actually really like coming in and checking this. Because if it'll load. Because you can not only see the companies that are laying people off up as of like yesterday, okay? You see the number of people that were laid off, like Carbon Health. That's definitely somebody that we might want to go after. Looks like an article though. Okay. You see the list of the layoff employees. Of course, I go here a lot to help as many people as I possibly can. And I showed this last week too. You click that link and go to the list usually. Hey, Zach. I couldn't see who it is because with Restream, I sometimes don't see the LinkedIn users for whatever reason. But so don't know what's going on with that list, but a lot of these lists, they do work. Like, oh, I didn't click on the right thing for one thing. But what I liked using this for is you can see the trends, okay? So with the trends, you can see these are all the layoffs from 2020 to April 2020, and these are new startup layoffs, okay? And you can start to see it was flat for it was low for a while, but now it's starting to go up again. And obviously this is June, so there's not that many companies within 3 days that have laid people off, but we're starting to see a trend again, okay? And again, just some data to put behind where to go and where to help people, like transportation, food, travel, that consumer retail, those are all very highly affected by layoffs for obvious reasons. And that's especially depending on what you're looking for. This can be useful and helpful no matter what industry you're recruiting in. Also by location, San Francisco, New York City, and it goes down from there. Other places. So biggest startups since COVID-19. Lots of great information here. I usually use this as a touching point. I mean, it's not nearly as high as it was back in 2020, but there are a lot of layoffs going on right now. So if you hear of anything, definitely use that competitive intelligence and try to help people. Hey, Luke, how's it going? Hey, Jacqueline, thanks for joining. But yeah, let me see if that list pulled up. Yeah, so okay, like this is a prime example because it doesn't look like this is in Dubai. But if I was recruiting in India, like these are their email addresses. This is a user based layoff list that you can use to help people. So I have LinkedIn profile, have their email. just 12 pages of these folks. I don't know if you can sort. Let me see if you can sort. And each one of these lists are different. So location. Let me just do relocation preference. Oh, you can literally download this data. I push this button, I can literally download it. So no scraping needed. And what we've got several hundred people. There's no fancy tricks needed for this one. 300 people. So anybody who needs a list of folks to help in Dubai or in India, let me know. I can send this to you. Or you can just go to the website and find it. The other thing. I wanted to show you, because I actually have to look for some different type of stuff. So I was going to run through some searches real quick. But yeah, layoff list, that is definitely a resource I use on a regular basis. There we go.
Where your shipping address types itself. Where all your tabs.
I love commercials, by the way. They come up on YouTube when I'm trying to put in some music. We guys can just deal with it. But anyway, let's see. Right now, I am looking for some different things. So I just want to run a search, because right now I'm looking for something in and around Datastax Cassandra engineers. That's not typically something that we look for, but it's worth a shot. And what I always do is I always start with a search on LinkedIn and a search on Indeed, just so I can get an idea of what's out there, what the pipeline was going to look like, if it's going to be a hard search or easy search. So this is the initial stages of me doing some benchmarking and looking for folks. I need some caffeine. Okay, so this position is open as far as location goes for right now. Now, how also I start out is I try not to get overly complicated. If I just put in like Datastax, I'm sure I won't find a lot of folks. So it's Datastax. If I put in Datastax engineer, let me see what happens. Let's see what happens. I just put in Datastax and see what happens. So 245 resumes. That's not a lot. It's not a lot of people across the nation. That's for sure. And do they have this in their? See, I see engineer. I don't really see Datastax. I don't see a lot of that. If I just put in like literally just Datastax, let me see what happens. This person works at Datastax. This person works at Datastax. This person works at Datastax. Using Datastax? Okay, there's somebody that's using Datastax. Software architect. I'm looking for an engineer, but he's a full stack developer too. Let me actually look. You guys let me know if the music's too loud. I have it on low. Happy Friday too. And yeah, and just with this, some status Datastax. You pop it out on Indeed. But what this is doing is this means I might need to open this up a little bit. Freelance Illustrator. Yeah. He worked at Datastax conferences. Now look, this person's probably a good benchmark. Lead engineer working with Datastax. He has worked with hands-on experience working with big data technologies. Here is my, this right here. This is my tech stack. Learning engineer, AWS certified, big data specialty. I'm just gonna pull this over. And again, Cassandra is probably the next thing that comes down the line. So Datastax, Cassandra, HBase. I've seen Real a couple places, but like Redshift, NoSQL databases like Datastax and Cassandra. That's basically what I'm going after with this. So as I'm formulating this, I'm basically building out a sourcing strategy around it. Let me see if I have a Word doc. So I'm using my personal laptop. I don't want to do that. Oh, those are GSEs. What are those doing there? I must have been building something. Okay, but I mean, like this is a good representation of a typical tech stack within this space. If I'm not sure what Datastax is, I can Google it. I'm gonna have to come back to this. I want to make sure I get the right skill set yet. First, Datastax. Let me just look that up, and I can also go to a tool I've shown before, Glossary Tech. I won't have anything on that though. Glossary Tech. Okay, like literally, Google Datastax, data management company based in San Clemente, California. That's the company. Is a Datastax Astra, a zero ops DBaaS solution for Apache Cassandra, right? So we know that this is a Apache based environment. So Cassandra, Kubernetes, cloud. I know Spark is often mentioned with the data space. So these are all things that we can look for. And as you can see, I'm building out basically a list of keywords and things that I can utilize in a search string. A little bit of research goes a long way. Enterprise server. Again, Apache Cassandra. So if I'm looking for data stacks, I can also look for Apache. Also look for Cassandra, right? Let me just throw in Kubernetes there too. Now, if I was to take this back to Indeed, wherever Indeed was, well, let's see what happens. Okay, a lot more resumes. But what I'm seeing is so I'm going to do this. Because this is pretty much standard stuff. I think Apache is too general of a term. We'll close that. Close that. Engineer or developer or architect or lead. Let's see what happens now. Okay, like look at this guy. Manager technology, but look at the tech stack. Big database, HBase. Let me put in HBase. Same guy. Cassandra, Aerospike, Postgres, Kafka. There's Spark. So you're already starting to see the different skills and technologies. Apache, Kubernetes. Not too much. So, but they have Cassandra down here. So they have Cassandra up here. They have Cassandra twice in the resume. So I think, yeah, honestly, I think this is probably on the right path. I literally don't see a lot of Datastax, and I pretty much knew I wasn't going to see a lot of Datastax unless they work for Datastax. But these are folks that I can work with. Cassandra, HBase, and there's some other things that you can add too. It's just about refining your keyword list. It's just about doing a little bit of research before you start diving in to everywhere. Because if I can even use these filters if I want to, but I'm just initially looking right now. So if I cut this down to 10 years experience, 6 years experience, bachelor's and master's, doctorate, why not doctorate? That's fine. Now I've got a lot less people, but again, it's the first guy. Sharma is the first person that I pull up. It seems pretty technical, on point, principal software engineer. Yeah, so great. I'm going to save this to my Word doc, wherever my Word doc is. So basically, I'm building out a research plan. You can have, some people call these sourcing strategies. Some people call these research plans or stuff like that. Sometimes I just add my notes into a document and then put it somewhere. However you want to use it. Some people use OneNote, but I'm taking this. Oh, I misspelled developer. Let's see if I get more hits that way. It works better when you spell it right. Spelling is important, and sometimes misspelling is important as well. Like if you ever look for a Umatic engineer, try misspelling it too. You get a lot more hits. So again, I'm going to save this one that I actually spelled it right. Saving that in my Word doc. I've got 5 people watching. Great. Let's see. And so I typically copy the URL up here so I don't lose the search. And I also copy this, and I'll show you why. Because if I was to take this and plug it into a site like LinkedIn, or a site search like LinkedIn, okay, copy pasted, same sort of search, because I know I've got the keywords somewhat straight. And there's Datastax. These people that work for Datastax. You get some of those, but that's okay. But DSE Spark. Ah, there we go. I tell people this is the fun part, because you're figuring out the puzzle, and you're also messing up your words. Okay. he's at Datastax, so he's going to know the product. He is not a full stack engineer. He used to work at Datastax. So see, even with the same search, different variations also used to work at Datastax. Now this person has not, but look at all this Cassandra work, or Cassandra work, whatever you call it. Okay, so I might have to do some tweaking here. If I was to just go New York City, because I have a lot of results on here. Just see New York City. Yeah, so I'll have to do some more work on LinkedIn, but I can do this on my work computer. Let's see. Where's my Word doc? It's on the other screen. You can't see it. Sorry, I gotta save my work. Okay. What am I looking for? Datastax Cassandra. And yeah, this is typically how I start off, just any job I haven't worked before or in a while. So again, if I want to tailor this more towards engineers, because I'm pulling a lot of leaders, I've noticed. Let me take the architect and lead out. And now I can also put this in LinkedIn Recruiter, but it doesn't search as skills well as stuff like this. That looks like my guy. It looks like they have worked at Datastax. Human being at Earth. Ooh, Datadog. Datadog and Datastax? Yeah, he's working in that space. Yeah, I'm gonna save the human being at Earth. Oh, I don't remember my password. Zach said he has to hop off, but he likes my streams. I like my streams too. Get a lot of work done this way because I work as I stream. I want to save it as Datastax. Sandra. Here. Okay. Now, what I also typically do is I look at folks and look for top quality folks. I would say this guy may be a good example of a benchmark for me. So a prospect that I could possibly reach out to and see if the skill set is viable with the hiring manager. So if I'm on a call or an intake call with the hiring manager, I might pull this guy and say, hey, this is the kind of experience that he has. This is what he's doing. He's a senior software engineer at Datadog. He was working at Datastax. He has been working in Cassandra-based environments. Datadog is all about data and cloud applications, containers, servers, databases. So very much like Datastax, probably a competitor of Datastax. They're using Kubernetes. They might be a subsidiary of of Datastax. I don't know. But these are all things that you can use to find more people. I can look here and find more people, see if they have 300 something employees, people I might know. I can use this in another search. No, I don't want to look up Cassandra's name. So you could use LinkedIn Recruiter to pull a specific search around Datadog, the Datadog company. I know it's in New York, so it's relatively local to where I'm recruiting. So yeah, lots of examples here. Lots of early on things that you can do. And what benchmarking and what that really helps with is when you're just starting out and you're not really sure what they're looking for, what a hiring manager is looking for, by having these benchmarks, by having these potential prospects you can reach out to, you can add to the narrative. Well, okay, this is what I saw in the job description. These are the kind of things that we're looking for in the job description. This guy's in United Kingdom, so he's probably not going to work. But these are the kind of things that I found. This is the kind of searches that I did. Is this on par with what you're looking for? And they'll tell you yes or no, or they'll expand on it. Well, we don't need somebody specifically with Datastax experience, or they might say, yeah, we need somebody with specific Datastax experience. Then that's going to be very different searches. If they're open to somebody who's working with like Cassandra and Kubernetes and some of the things that we found today, it's going to open up more of a broad search. And that's really what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look for clues to identify the right skills. And you saw me going through some additional research, like Googling stuff if I don't know what it is, finding similar information, finding similar technologies, because a lot of these technologies they go together like a car or a house. They group together. You don't build a house with just one piece of material. You have to have wood, you have to build the foundation, you have to build the frame, then you build a house. Technology is just like that. You know, you have to have parts of, you have to have the wheels, you have to have the windshield, you have to have the car body and you know, paint the outside. You have to have all those aspects to have a car. Technology is no different. You have to have certain technologies to work with each other, work together in different spectrums and in different zones. So, and the more I look through here and see people, the more identifiers I'll find. And again, there's a lot of people from Datastax in here. Which is okay because they work in the space. But I also need to make sure that they're working with Apache, with Cassandra. Is it a developer advocate? I don't know what a developer advocate is. Is it like a liaison? A fancy name for a liaison? Or consultant? This right here makes me want to talk to him, though. And this also makes me want to talk to him. I'm going to add him just because I like his beard and I like his hat. No, but really, I mean, he might have the skills even if he's working more as whatever an advocate is. You can call yourself whatever you want. What here we go, right here. Okay. And so once I get feedback from the hiring managers and everything, what I'll do is I'll go out and start pipelining. I'll start pulling a lot of these people. Right now, I'm just looking for prospects. He's at director level. He's at an engineering lead level. May not be exactly aligned with an engineer level, but does he have the skills? That's the other thing. So yeah, I mean, I got a couple of prospects here. And again, site search, you can also use this on any website. Like if I go to, I don't know, Human Info is another one that I go to a lot. And I'm putting in the /P because that'll pull profiles. Even here, like I got 15 results. Okay, that ain't bad. And I'm also looking specifically for. I'm also looking for NYC, which I don't have to. Let me just go national on Zoom Info. So every profile site is different. Every profile site is different and pulls different information. I'm gonna have to save this. I'm gonna have to come back to this. Again, this is why this is fun for me because I'm already pulling pipelines from 3 different places using a generalized search string that I'm adjusting as I go. You don't have to be a wizard at Boolean, but if you just enter the right keywords a lot of times, you can find the right people. Let me go up to the top because as you scroll down, it starts to get. He's a director. An Advocate Cloud. What's the deal with Advocate today? Seeing a lot of advocates. There's some winners here. I'm a human. Mostly human. I've got to call in 6 minutes, so I'm doing my best to be entertaining. I am mostly human. Can it really? Okay. Whatever, dude. This is new. Oh, yeah? You don't want to show me the information? That's fine, because I can scrape you. Instant data scraper. That's a mess, though. Oh, well. All right. So much clicking. So I got that. Where else? Let me just try GitHub just to see what happens. Oh no. Who's this dude? Look at that guy. Oh, that's a direct email, isn't it, guys? And a direct website. And you know the domain of Datastax now, because it's first name dot last name at datastax.com. And there's some interesting things you could do with like Hunter and Google Sheets with that. Okay, well that might get me some places. Here's a Cassandra GitHub Hub topics. Oh, gosh, I can't talk today. So there's lots of users here. This is more diving into the deep. But there's actually more here than I thought, which is good. So I'm going to save this too. Why not? And so my document that I've literally spent the last, 30 minutes doing, if I could open it up. Excuse my screenshots. But this is what it looks like. I've got my searches. I've got some of I've got my keywords here for one thing, and I've got the searches that I've been working on. My Boolean keyword list, and I think I misspelled or messed one of them up, so you have to check that. So I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to pull out some benchmarks, pull out some prospects, get three to five for this. Talk to the hiring managers, see what they're looking for, see if I'm on point, and then once I have additional feedback from them, I'll start pipelining. But yeah, that's just typically how I start out. And I've got another job I've got to look at. But right now I've got to jump on another call. So if you did join wherever my stream is, if you did join, thanks for joining. If you did comment, thanks for commenting. Oh, I see my brother's on. You defined it for me, Chris. It's funny. I do need more curved screens. So I need to jump off, but thanks for joining. And if you do have any other comments or questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to help and do another one of these. I will be probably busy next week, but I'll try to jump on and do one of these when I'm doing this sort of thing more often. So again, thanks. And my curved screen is just turned off on me, so that means I need to get back to my work computer. All right. So thanks, guys.